You know what's weird? Most people can tell you exactly how much they spend on coffee, or subscriptions, or that one app they forgot to cancel. But ask them one simple question: how many years of your life does your car cost? Silence. And that's the problem. Because the fastest way to stay broke in America is not buying lats. It's buying big things using small numbers. A, 499 payment. A, 79,000 salary. We can get you approved. Those phrases sound harmless, but they can quietly lock you into a decade of stress. Today, we're going to flip the lens. Not how to save 12 a month, but how to stop a few giant decisions from quietly eating your future. Here's the central question: why do so many hardworking people do everything right and still feel stuck? They budget, they work overtime, they cut back, and yet the checking account is always tight. One explanation is simply they're optimizing the wrong level of the game. Most advice is focused on tiny daily choices, but your financial life is mostly controlled by a handful of long-term contracts. Things that last years, things with interest, things with fees, things you can't easily undo. In this video, you'll learn a framework I call the payment trap test. It's a way to look at any big purchase and ask, what is this really costing me? What is it costing me in time? And what am I giving up by saying yes? No hype. Just clean math and clean thinking. Let's break down how the payment trap works, step by step. Step 1: seeing sellers convert a big price into a small monthly number. This is normal. Car dealers do it. Mortgage lenders do it. Even furniture stores do it. Humans don't feel 52,000. They feel $699 per month. Step 2: your brain compares the payment to your monthly life. If your rent is $2,400, then $699 sounds manageable. So you sign. Step 3: interest and time do the damage quietly. A payment is not a cost. A payment is a schedule. The real cost is the total dollars paid plus the opportunity cost of not investing that payment plus the loss of flexibility if your income drops. That's why two people can make the same income and end up in totally different lives. Step 4: big contracts create fixed cost gravity. Once your fixed expenses are high, everything else gets harder. You can't invest much. You can't take career risks. You can't move easily. A single surprise bill becomes a crisis. So the goal isn't perfection. The goal is to keep your fixed cost base low enough that your money has room to breathe. Let's build an original scenario. Meet Derek and Melissa. Both are 32. Both live in a mid-cost city. Both make $95,000 a year. Same income. Same economy. Same adulting. But they make one different decision. Derek buys the comfortable payment. He wants a nicer lifestyle now. He buys a home at the top of what the lender says is fine. He finances a new SUV because a payment fits. He adds a few upgrades because it's only another $40 here, $60 there. Nothing crazy. He's not reckless. But within a year, Derek says this sentence: I make good money. Why do I feel broke? Melissa buys the flexibility. Melissa isn't extreme. She doesn't live like a monk. She travels. She eats out sometimes. But she has one rule. If a purchase increases my monthly fixed cost, I need a second reason besides I want it. So she chooses a slightly smaller home, a reliable used car, and she keeps recurring bills. Simple. Her friends think she's being too cautious. But she's building something Derek can't see yet. Options. Now let's do the math. We'll keep this clean and realistic. Assumptions are simplified and for education only. Onchun Verk Ureki Nu SU52, the 1,000 loans 7 years, 7% APR payment, roughly $700 a month. It depends on taxes. Down payment. Melissa used car to 24 4,000 loan 4 years, 7% AR payment, roughly $505 a month for 4 years, then another month after it's paid off. Now here's the key: after year 4, Melissa has an extra $575 a month compared to her own past self. What happens if she invests that $575 a month for the next 26 years, age 36 to 62, at a hypothetical 7% average return? Using a simple future value estimate monthly contribution. 575 years 26 at you 7% annually, that can grow to roughly $500,000 plus from one decision: not maximizing the car. And that ignores insurance differences, repairs, taxes, and the fact that Derek is likely to replace the vehicle again before it's done. The housing decision, the real heavyweight. If Derek buys a house that is $120,000 or more expensive than Melissa's, the payment difference might be, say, $700 a month depending on rates and taxes. Invest the $700 a month for 30 years at 7%. That can be around $800,000 give or take. So now we have you $500,000 from the car gap, Lou $800,000 from the housing gap. That's $1.3 million of future net worth swing. Not from coffee, not from coupons, from choosing lower fixed costs early. And the punchline is simple: Melissa didn't need a perfect budget. She just avoided letting monthly payments become her lifestyle. Let's keep this honest. Here are the common mistakes people make with this idea. One confusing proved with affordable. Approval is based on general risk models. Affordability depends on your goals, your stress tolerance, and your full life costs. Correction, set your own limit before you shop. 2 of ignoring opportunity cost. If you spend $700 a month on a car, you're not just spending $700, you're spending what that $700 could have become over 20 or 30 years. Correction N, always run the invest instead number once. 3, underestimating fixed cost stress. High fixed costs reduce your ability to handle layoffs, medical bills, family emergencies. Moving for a better job. Correction, keep fixed costs low enough that a surprise doesn't break you. 4, thinking you'll earn more later. To solve it, you may earn more, but lifestyle inflation tends to rise with income. Correction, automate investing first, then expand lifestyle second. 5, overcorrecting into deprivation. Some people hear this and they must never enjoy money. That's not the point. Correction, spend boldly on what you love after your fixed base is safe. Here's a practical checklist you can run this week. General education only, not financial advice. Step in, calculate your fixed cost ratio, add up monthly. Housing, rent or mortgage, taxes, insurance, car payments, minimum debt payments, insurance premiums, childcare, if applicable, divide by your take home pay. If that number is pushing 50%, you're living with very low margin. Step 2, run the payment trap test on your next purchase. Before you sign anything, ask, what is the total cost over the full term? How much interest am I paying? If I invested this payment instead for 20 years, what could it become? Does this payment reduce my options? Step 30, put a cap on car spending. A simple rule that can work for many households. Keep total transportation costs reasonable for your income. Avoid long loans when possible. If you must finance, shorten the term and plan to drive it longer. The goal is not a cheap car. The goal is a car that doesn't steal your investing years. Step 40, choose your own luxury. Pick one area to spend bigger. Maybe it's travel. Maybe it's eating out. Maybe it's a nicer home. But don't choose all of them at once. Finance. Step 5Z, automate the gap. Whatever you free up, 200, 500, 1,000, all automate into employer retirement plans. If available, IRAs. If eligible, broad diversified funds. Common approach, or an emergency fund first. If you don't have one, boring is fine. Boring work. Here's the takeaway. Most people don't get stuck because of small spending. They get stuck because they sign big contracts based on small monthly numbers. The payment trap is sneaky. It makes a $50,000 decision feel like $700. It makes a $600,000 decision feel like $3,800. But your future doesn't care about the story. It cares about the math. If you want, drop a comment with, what monthly payment do you regret the most? Or what payment are you refusing to take on right now? I read the comments, and it helps other people feel less alone. And if you like calm, no hype money videos that use simple math, consider subscribing. New videos weekly.